Rachel, when we look at this next map, we're thinking, no. Yes, we do, but I'll get there. Okay, we've got these temperatures moderating in the west, so they're actually going to be basking in the heat compared to what we're going to be seeing. Look at all of this cold air flooding into the east. When you start to get into those dark blues and the purples, well, that's when you know things are getting really cold. All right, taking a look at some of our conditions. Friday into Saturday, the coldest weather we have seen yet. We're talking daytime highs into minus 18 territory, feeling closer to minus 30 potentially when you factor in that wind. At least we're seeing some sunshine, right? I don't know, I'm trying to find a silver lining there, but I just don't know if there is one. And then we're going to get colder yet through the overnight. And then, ooh, look at those lows and feeling more like minus 28. There's that closer to minus 30 that I was talking about. Minus 16 for Saturday, feeling more like minus 23. And then look at that. We get balmy. There's your zero, Rachel. Yes, that's true. We do get there. We are going to be seeing a significant thaw the last couple of weeks of January, but we have to get there before we can see it, right? All right, coming up in Force of Nature.
Well, good morning. It is 7:06 a.m. and you are watching the Weather Network. Rachel Schutz and Emily Vukovic here with you. And Emily, for many people, it's back to reality today.
Oh, it sure
and
is.
it is just so cold out there.
Feeling more like the minus teens throughout much of the GTA. We're going to get to more of your forecast details in just a few moments. But first, let's take a look at what's trending online.
Oh, embrace what it has to offer, even when it comes to snow squalls, too, because that's what we're seeing this morning. It really was a bit more impactful, I would say, at about 2, 3 a.m. this morning. That snow was across the GTA, so you may be waking up this morning, your driveway does have a fresh layer of snow on it, but now that's really easing as the winds are shifting.
Which is good news because the roads were really slick at that time. So now that we've had more traffic, more salt trucks have been out, things are improving. Now temperatures, well, they're going to stay cold this week. We're going to see that lake-enhanced snow throughout the day tomorrow as well. Minus 8, feeling more like the minus teens when you factor in that wind.
And we are looking at more snow coming into the picture for tomorrow as well. This is a clipper system that's coming by. We're only talking about 3 centimeters of snow with this, not a whole lot, but it's enough for the rush hour drive home tomorrow to make things probably a little bit slower, a little bit slicker as well. And Emily, as you mentioned, the cold air, not going anywhere.
No, let's stick around. We're looking at minus 8 for Wednesday afternoon with that light snow and then the snowfall forecast. It looks as though we're going to be seeing more snow up towards cottage country. So shores of Huron, Georgian Bay could certainly be picking up more accumulations. But yes, as Rachel was mentioning, we're about 3 centimeters, enough to make the road slick though.
All right, I want to take a look at traffic this morning. This here is your live look at the 427 drive is looking pretty okay this morning. Emily, I think it's just for tomorrow afternoon. With a lot more volume back on the roads, I'm thinking that's where things could start getting a little bit slower.
And you know what? Because of the lack of volume for this morning, I think it's also because kids aren't back to school yet. So you have to think of it that way. A lot of parents are still on vacation. Now, coming up, 11 countries that broke heat records, Rachel.
In 2017. We're going to be taking a look at that story when we return just after this.
All right, it is time now to take a look at what's trending online, theweathernetwork.com. We want to start things off with incredible moments of 2017 Twitter edition. How cute is that little baby deer? We've got some really cute moments, some really incredible moments, and some really dangerous moments to share with you. All right, speaking of dangerous moments, injuries and evacuations after New Year's Eve plans go wrong. Fireworks display in New South Wales caused a lot of people a bit of a fright when something exploded, caught on fire. And last but not least, can you really hate winter? Or are you just a complainer? Where do you fall? You gotta check out this story. It is really interesting. Online at theweathernetwork.com. Tuesday, January the 2nd, 2018. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Weather Network. Emily and Rachel joining you. I don't know about you, Rachel, but 18, that's going to be hard for me to remember, I think.
Yeah, and writing it on everything. All your documents at work today, when the kids go back to school to write 2018, got to remember. And it's hard to turn a 7 into an 8.
It's going to be like a 7, and then you're going to have to put the circle at the top.
It's going to be tough. Now, it was a very cold start to 2018, and we're also talking about lake effect snow as well. With more of a westerly flow, we're going to see these bands of lake effect snow really start to fire up on the east side of Georgian Bay. We've seen a little bit within the GTA, though.
Yeah, not much. I mean, we've seen enough to make roads really slick this morning, so just take it easy, give yourself a little bit of extra travel time. But yeah, you're right. Because the winds are shifting, those bands are going to be shifting off. Now, this is not the end of our snow or cold for the week. We've got more snow on the way for tomorrow, and our temperatures are absolutely frigid, feeling more like -17 when you factor in the wind.
And it's going to be windy. We could be looking at gusts upwards about 60 kilometers an hour this afternoon. Now, Emily, could you ever do this to start off the new year? Jump into a cold lake?
It was threatened. It really was. But
Oh my
no,
goodness.
the Oakville one was actually canceled, not due to the cold, but due to the fact that there was a lot of ice on the beach, so it would be harmful to people's little toes.
And, yeah, and Chrissy Van, well, she did this in Vancouver. You got to have a look at this story.
It is an ice cream cone. Okay, we were wondering what was on her little cap. It's totally an ice cream cone.
An ice cream cone shower cap.
But you know what? It was 4 degrees in Vancouver when she did this. So it's not like she was here in Ontario where it's been frigid to do something like this.
It would have been a much different story, a much colder story, that's for sure. Now, we do have more snow moving in tomorrow. Just want to let you know about 3 centimeters for the GTA, but it does come in throughout the afternoon drive. So that's where things get a little bit slower.
All right, coming up, you don't want to miss it. We've got trending for you, the hottest stories online. It includes the best moments of Twitter of 2007.
Well, I hope you're ready for a cold start to the day today. Rachel Schutz and Emily Vukovic with you. And Emily, it's not just the cold today, but it's the winds that will be whipping up. We could see some gusts today close to 50 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, it's going to be cold. We've got more snow on the way for tomorrow, but not as much as you would like to think. A couple of centimeters, and it's getting even colder by the end of the week.
Yeah, if you didn't think it was possible, it certainly is. And we're going to show you some of those numbers in a second. But right now, here's what's trending today. Yeah, embracing winter. And look, embracing this, the extreme cold warning by Environment Canada. That's who issues these. Now, Toronto is not officially in it because -8 technically doesn't qualify for extreme cold, but we're still going to be cold today.
Like, we're talking wind chills in those areas, you know, -35, -45. That's what it's going to feel like. So we're not quite there, even though you might step outside and be like, liars, it feels like -30 out here. We do have snow squall watches and warnings in place. We do have a weather advisory. Cottage country certainly going to be seeing more significant snow, not only with these lake effect bands, but what's coming in throughout the day tomorrow as well.
So we did see a brief burst of snow throughout the morning across the GTA. That really helped to slicken up the roads. But now you can really see that fizzling out. What we're going to be watching for into the afternoon is more of that westerly flow and the snow that will develop again on the 400. And Emily, yesterday on the 400, it was a terrible day.
Yeah, my niece was actually on the 400 traveling back towards the GTA, and she said that she was stuck in traffic for just hours. It took her forever to get anywhere because of these squalls. And this setup could certainly happen again, not only today, but tomorrow as well with that new snow coming through.
So tomorrow's system, it's this clipper that's going to track by. Only about 3 centimeters of snow. We're not talking about a whole lot with this, but timing again for that rush hour commute home. And because we have so much snow on the ground already with these really windy conditions, blowing snow is also going to be a concern too. So it's another cold day again tomorrow.
Yeah, -8 for this afternoon, feeling more like -17 when you factor in that wind. By tomorrow, we're also looking at -8, again feeling closer to -20. And if you think these temperatures are bad, well, by the end of the week, Rachel, we could actually be experiencing our coldest temperatures yet. I was going to say this year, but that doesn't really qualify. This season, we're going to be feeling the cold.
It is crazy. Friday night into Saturday morning, we're talking getting down to about -26. -26. So this is the system that's coming in for tomorrow. The rush hour drive home is set to be impacted by this one.
All right, coming up, we have got the story for you. This is 11 countries that broke heat records in 2017.